Well, I'm glad it checked the sound. I love how you just check things whenever they go wrong now. Okay. Yeah, I thought that like, oh yeah, I have these library games. I'm just gonna like play them real quick and then return them. I've had them for a couple of days, but I just kept forgetting to stream them. And I was just sitting here working and I'm just like, I need a break. So I thought I would just go live for a bit and play them, but yeah, if it's gonna take 3 hours, we might have to do something else. Yeah, 3 hours to download Assassin's Creed Shadows, a game I don't even want to play anyway. Uh yeah, next time I'll have to like start downloading them well in advance, but uh I guess yeah, I guess we'll see. Uh yeah, we can't play anything online while we're waiting. I guess we could do we can't do Street Fighter 6. Man, we can't do anything. Everything I play is online or like online adjacent and will like completely fuck this up. Let's see. Fatal Frame 2, Pokemon ZA, Tamagotchi Champions. Yeah, this was not the best idea. Wait, I still have Pikmin 4 down. I guess we can play Pikmin 4 and try to beat it. Because I was thinking that like Pikmin 4. So I believe this is a game key card game. So yeah, if you don't know, this is how game key cards actually work and why like complaining about them is such a cope is that like they're just you put them in and they just download the game. Okay, like there's nothing weird about them. Like you can like trade them with people. Like there's no like limit to how many times you can download the game, right? Like the idea that it's like some travesty is just ridiculous, honestly. They do take a while to download, but that's true for like physical games too, because you have to like download the patches and stuff like that. So it's not really that different. Um, yeah, I've used game key cards for. I've been using game key cards for a while. I don't own any. I don't own any Switch 2 games physically, but I have been getting them from the library, and like I've been using them, and I've had no problems with them at all. So, Dandori challenge. Wait, what? I don't even like how this is like set up. I don't understand why. Burrow beginnings, yeah. Like, why doesn't the game end? So, like, I have everything in the game, right? So, like, does the game just keep going indefinitely? Isn't that kind of weird? Yeah, it's 100%. Rescue is 50-50. Sparklium, raw material. Missions. Is there anything else to do in the game other than, like, the Olimar thing? Like, I don't get why everyone just dicks around the camp by themselves. Like, everybody else is, like, just completely worthless. Like, a completely worthless member of, like, the rescue corps. I just don't. Yeah, it's yeah, I just made a video bitching about this game and here I am playing it again. To be fair though, I don't really remember much about the early like main game. So like I was thinking that like after I beat this, I might just roll over my save file and then just start from scratch. But we'll see, we'll see. You don't even need blue Pikmin that much because like of how you can just swim everywhere. It's like the dog just trivializes everything. Oh, there it is. Wow. Okay, so it was right there. So it wasn't even that far away. Wow. Yeah, Pikmin 3 was so much better with like the gamepad. You know, like people always go on about how the gamepad needed to justify itself, but like Pikmin 3 is a really good example of how like the gamepad like killed it right off the bat because of just how intuitive it was and how you could like look at the map and see where everyone was. It was just Kino. It was just Kino, and people just didn't respect it. Pikmin 3 was way better than I think most people give it credit for. Uh, yeah, what the hell is this? Why are they not? No? Okay. Looks like we need rocks. Yeah, I hate this game, but it's been so long since I've played it that like I kind of have to relearn why I hate it. And I suppose like well, I mean I've been saying this for a long time, but it's not as bad as Pikmin. It definitely is not as bad as Pikmin 2. Like definitely not. But like I still feel as if it's a massive step down from what I'm used to. Let's see this way. Oh, that's an enemy. Okay. Man, imagine if I don't get the one part because I can't find the bomb rocks. Is there no rock Pikmin in base four? Base four? It is, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yoshi gets better the further you get along in it. Honestly, like I was kind of ambivalent to the game for like a long time up until I beat it. It wasn't until like I got to like post game stuff that like it really starts being shy. I mean, I think the thing about that game is that like you have to complete it. Like the way I was doing it is that I was kind of like blasting through it and not really respecting it much. Taking my time with it. Definitely take your time with it. It's kind of my advice. I guess we can get these. What the hell is this? Where are the rocks? A reason to own Switch? I would say so. Yeah, yeah. I think it's like the best, probably the best exclusive on the console. Um, I love Pokepia, but like, Pokepia is like a life sim. It's just one of those things where it's just like it doesn't really feel much like I don't know. It's like Minecraft with Pokemon basically, and that's not a bad thing at all. But at the same time, like, you do kind of have to like approach it with that mindset that like it's just not like oh come on, the game's acting like I don't know what that is. Yeah, I mean for me, I felt like Mysterious Book just wasn't really my like it felt like to me it just wasn't something that I would personally enjoy. But like yeah, the more I play it, the more I realize how great it is. I mean that's a problem that I think we're seeing with a lot of YouTubers actually is that like a lot of them are making these like videos on games without having thoroughly played them, and I there you often get situations like this where you're not sure how much you like a game, honestly. And that was like my thing with Mysterious Book for a while is that like I thought it was good, but like I didn't think it was like that good. But yeah, it's definitely grown on me over time. I don't find those rocks soon. I'm gonna have wasted the entire day. Where are the fucking rocks? I don't get it. Wait, what? But then how do I get past the gate? I have to get past this gate. No, no, I meant the bomb rocks. Excuse me. Yeah, the bomb rocks. That's what I meant. Yeah, it's interesting because like that's what I find most interesting about this game is that for a long time people were like clowning on Good Feel and hated them. It was that was actually a big reason why everybody hated Showtime was that like they tried to tell you that like Good Feel was bad and it just wasn't true. So like this is the first time I think a Good Feel game has been like super well received because like usually they're mired in controversy. Usually due to being too easy or whatever. This is the first time like one's really been able to like land with audiences. So I hope going forward they have a lot more fans. I've been a fan of them forever. So like, I mean, I remember when like Wario Land Shake It first came out. I remember playing the demo station for it. I remember being really confused about what the game was supposed to be about. It just didn't feel like it was going to be a good game to me. Shit. Where I don't. How the hell do I get up there? So if I can't break that wall. And I can't jump up there either. I don't see any bomb rocks on the map. Really? Uh, I'm surprised by how many people love Sparks of Hope. I never got into it. Maybe I should play it again. I don't know. I just have so many like other RPGs to play. Like for me, it's I don't like the humor. Like I would have preferred it be like a straight up like Mario game. Like I don't know why Miyamoto allowed them to give it like that rabid sense of humor because like rabbits fucking suck. They're like not funny, and I've never cared for them. Yeah, I've been all over the place. I cannot find the rocks. I cannot find the rocks. The bomb rocks, I should say. That's not, is it? Is it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's been a problem with a lot of these Nintendo games over the years. Like, honestly, I think it's been like the defining thing. It was like the defining thing in the Wii era where everybody was just writing off Nintendo games because, like, oh, they're for kids. Like, like it's becoming less common now, but there's definitely some Nintendo studios that still have that kind of reputation. Like, I think, yeah, maybe it's better in French. I never thought about that. Yeah, yeah, that's weird to think about. That like Mario Rabbids is technically a French developed game. Okay. Yeah, I can't find the rocks. Where the hell are they? They can't be far, surely. Like, is there something I'm forgetting? Oh, I see. Hang on. Hey, don't you dig for them in this game somewhere? Yeah, I think there's like some kind of hole, maybe. Yeah, it's Italian developed. Wait, what? I thought the guy who directed it was French. I mean, it's a Ubisoft game. So. Are we getting autistic about like our European regions? Because like, I mean, if it's a French company and like, I don't know, I just wait. So they can't even touch water. They can't even touch water. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't trust it. I don't trust people when they say things are like Italian developed or like French made. You know, it's all just like being produced in like a sweatshop somewhere by Africans. It's just like, come the fuck on. Uh, yeah, why don't you show me a picture of like the people who produced the product, and then we'll see like who made it. Italy, really? He was Italian. I don't know. I'm American. This is why we just say European, because it's just like you're all the fucking same to us. Just like just like, what are you talking about? It's like you can take a train to like anywhere in Europe. It's just like, I mean, this is actually why I honestly, I've honestly thought about like moving to Europe. Like once I'm a millionaire, because like I don't know, I don't like American culture. I don't like the people here. It's just one of those things. Like I'd love to be able to go on a train and just go to like London or whatever. It's just like I don't know. It just sounds kino. I don't know. I think London's shit today. Paris is shit today. I don't know. I imagine it's bad everywhere. I don't know. Honestly, the way things are going now, I'm probably just gonna like stay here and just make it nice. Honestly, that's kind of my mentality at this point. I think that's the problem. Honestly, is that like everyone's just fleeing and going to like the nice areas and not really like making random areas nice. And I think that's kind of the mindset we need to be on at this point. Because I look at my area and it's just like the first thing everybody else did was leave. And at the time, like I really felt like I was missing out and that like I was losing out on opportunities and stuff like that. They're not really doing anything like where they're at though. It's like, yeah, how the hell do you break that barrier? Yeah, we fucked that up. We fucked that up. What the hell is this? Yeah, I am not recording that. What the hell was that? Where were the rocks? Like, there has to be a better way to like break the thing. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I hate driving places. Like, it's one of those things where I'm just like, why would I drive anywhere? Just like, yeah, I'd much prefer getting on a train and like working on my book like during the ride. That makes way more sense to me than like driving anywhere. I mean, I think it's gonna be a non-issue eventually, where like eventually like self-driving is gonna be a thing within my lifetime. It kind of already semi exists. I don't know how practical it is right now. Yeah, I guess we'll do it in the serious book. Yeah, I seriously started up the stream to play Assassin's Creed Shadows, and like I completely forgot how long it takes to like download these fucking games because they're so big. And I have really good internet. It's just yeah, I think we're gonna have to just play Assassin's Creed tonight. I don't think we're gonna get around to playing it. Uh, Yeah, I fired up the stream to take a break from work, and I'm just like, I feel like I probably should get back to work. Yeah, I hate how like we don't have trains here. It pisses me off. I mean, you can you know why they don't like. They don't want like undesirables like moving from like place to place. I mean, like I guess they can do that through the bus system, but like I don't know. Like I'd rather just throw the undesirables in prison. You know what I mean? I don't get why like undesirables travel so much. Like where the fuck are they going? They're just dicking around from city to city. Like why? Like it's really weird to me like when you like realize like the subculture of people like that of like the kind of people who like still take buses in 2026. It's like, yeah, I've seen boomers like spurg about that, about like how kids like don't want to take the bus, and it's like, yeah, because the people who take the bus are scum, and you don't want to be around them. Like that's it. That's all there is to it. Like it's not a status thing; it's a safety thing. The highways are completely clogged. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, it's bad. I've actually decided that I don't want to go to like any like congested area again because like I was just like driving into town and they were just like all these cars going both directions like endlessly, and I'm just like, who are these people and where are they going? Like you can't be like, it doesn't make any sense. Like why is it so congested all the time? It doesn't make any sense. And I was just like, I was just livid about it. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to stay out of like like town, honestly. I don't know. The city is a shithole. I'm just kind of like, it does feel like my area is way nicer, but it's like, I'm just so put off by it. I just don't understand it. Like Scott the Waz, I was going to do it, but it's like, I don't know if I can justify the time. I mean, I guess we could do it now. I mean, we're waiting for Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I'm not super fired up about Yoshi. I think we're gonna. I guess we could do that because we're not really doing anything else. I guess we can get started on it at least. That's actually a good point. Okay, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, we'll probably do it for a couple of hours, an hour or so, and then stop. Let's see. Yeah, I guess maybe I could normalize doing like these shorter 1 hour streams like throughout the day instead of like, I don't know, because like I am making money online and it does make sense. It's not like I'm not working when I'm doing streams. So I guess if I get like tired of just endlessly making content, I made like what, like a handful of videos today. Nothing happened today, so I was just kind of like, for a while there, I was just baffled at what to do, and in the end, I just made a bunch of videos about the games I've been playing lately. But okay. Okay. Part three. Wait, what? When was part one and two? He does not make that many videos. Crazy. Where the fuck was? You know what? I think we're legit gonna not watch like the first two parts because I can't believe that like it took him like years to produce like these videos. Like, and again, the fact that he has to go on for like 9 hours to like talk about the Wii U, it just goes to show you how successful the Wii U actually was. In which like this retard can't like he has to go out of his way to like hyper analyze everything to try and like justify why people were so upset about it when like really there was nothing to be upset about. Like it was a very good console that was just aggressively downplayed long before it ever came out is just like the reality of it. I've not been good at drinking my tea lately. It's I keep making it and then like not drinking all of it. All right, so this is hang on, let's change the video title. I don't know how much of this we'll get through. Because like Scott is a bitch. Like I think that's the most important thing to take away from this before we go into it is that like Scott doesn't know the first thing about Nintendo about the Wii U. He's like a Wikipedia fan, right? He's someone who's like he's the sort of person who collects comic books but never actually reads them. Okay, like to him, the important thing is like the value and the reception the games get, and not like whether or not he personally enjoys them himself because he doesn't play games. He doesn't know the first thing about them. Like the entire mindset of how he approaches content is like purely as a grift and not like in anything tangible. And that's why he's probably the single worst Nintendo YouTuber like ever. Honestly, like he is probably the all-time worst. Like he's the very definition of someone who's like in it for the grift. And it's just like it's positively disgusting. I hope this is going to be the last time he's ever relevant because I have noticed he like uploads less and less and like he doesn't really have that like star power that he used to have. Like there was a while there where like people thought he was going to be the next AVGN, but that just didn't happen. You know, it's he's sponsored by Screenwave, isn't he? I think he's partnered with them. So like Screenwave just hasn't done a good job like building up any of their talent and like it's crazy about the amount of personalities that are like associated with them that like just get no benefit at all. Like I think Linkara's working with them now. You know, Brentalfloss. It's like they're the network for like old has been YouTubers now, and like Scott's probably like the youngest they have, but we'll see.
He's dying! He's dying! Somebody look that up on WebMD! What's going on? Am I in hell?
What does this have to do with Wii? Like he's unironically doing like that guy with the glasses skit routine. Like I don't understand. Like I keep seeing people say that like Kino Casino does this all the time. They say the that guy with the glasses like skit thing is dead and that no one does it anymore and people only produce like more serious videos. Scott is like living as if he's part of that guy with the glasses. Like he really does produces videos like the same way with the same like over exaggerated like nonsensical skits with his stupid friends. It's like it doesn't work like at all. It's not funny. It's not appealing. It's not informative. Like he doesn't know the first thing what he's talking about. But
Yes!
Well, folks,
Mario Party 10 is good.
Practically dead.
What's keeping it from being unpractically dead?
Something to live for, obviously. Just look at that smile.
What? Talking about the Wii U must be the only thing keeping me alive. It's my true life purpose.
Wow, nice to see him acknowledge it. Yeah, so this is the thing about Scott, and I think the only reason he's relevant is that like he was pretty much the only person covering Nintendo during the Wii U years. So he was able to garner an audience, and by the time the Switch came out, his channel exploded, and he was able to like, be like the Wii U grift guy, essentially. Like the Wii U has essentially kept him on life support because he has been doing all these deep dives on all these great Wii U games and just getting basic things wrong and making stuff up and grifting, but like, oh, he's got the WAS, so like he's a Turbo fan. Just
Body must have gone into temporary shock once I reached the console lifespan's halfway point. That means once I'm finished, I'll die.
Wait, what?
I've been through worse. For Wii U owners, E3 2014 was like our final meal before execution. This was delicious.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like the games they announced at 2014 came out in 2015 and 2016. Okay? Like, what are you talking about? 2017. If you're including Breath of the Wild, right? What are you talking about? Last meal before execution? A lot of the best Wii U games came out in 2015. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, it's just, this is why I can't take Scott seriously, is that he really talks as if like these E3 presentations like mattered or that they did anything, when in actuality, what was happening every single year was that Nintendo would show up, dominate, reveal all the best games, all the best hardware, and yet the gaming industry would just sneer at them and just try and tell you that like Knack and Octodad were like the next big things. Like that's what we were going through around this period, is that the industry was trying to gaslight us into thinking Until Dawn or that like, things like that, Killzone, Shadowfall, like a lot of the early PS4 games were like going to be these good, amazing games, while like Nintendo was killing it with their products, like just killing it. But like the issue was people were like obsessed with this idea that the Wii U wasn't selling well. And so they weren't talking about like the actual games and how badly it was raping the PS4, like software wise.
Poor bastard. Nintendo basically showed all their cards here. Practically everything worthwhile being developed for the console, all wrapped up in a self-deprecating presentation. It was glorious. First time I genuinely felt on top as a Wii U owner. The second time? Pushmo King World! June 2014 was big for game releases. And More! Which is an odd name for Pushmo World, but I'll play their game. More was the Wii U eShop follow-up to 3DS eShop games Pushmo and Crashmo, which, pardon my French, is a new. Pushing and pulling blocks to ascend these giant puzzles, it's as simple as it gets. You know what else is simple? The Black Death. Easy to learn, but get
so not funny, not informative, and like I just don't understand this notion that like this console that people look back on fondly, that had a lot of great games, that can be hyper analyzed in this way. It wasn't a bad console. Like it never will be a bad console. I still play mine today. I actually wanted to go back and play it on stream for so I could cover some games on it. Like the issue with the Wii U was entirely just a cultural problem. It had nothing to do with the release schedule. It had nothing to do with the hardware. It had nothing to do with Nintendo, who were on top of their game. Like, it was entirely just a cultural issue. It was people just refusing to acknowledge that Nintendo had won the console war. They had already done it at this point, but like the rest of the industry hadn't caught up yet, and they were like 10 years.
It's hard as hell, and more is more. This is its own game, a completely new puzzle, some new mechanics. It isn't just an HD version of Pushmo, but that's basically what it is. It's Pushmo on Wii U. Yes, it's a new game, but it looks damn near identical to the 3DS game, and you're just sort of meant to plow through these stages. Nothing's really gonna stick out like, oh damn, remember the apple puzzle? Like, oh man, bring me back. It's just pretty disposable at the end of the day. This is one of the most rock-solid puzzle games. I adore it. Just doesn't leave much of an impact, considering so much of this at its core is just another Pushmo on Wii U and not much else. But hey, you can make your very own levels and share them.
Okay, this is like the really frustrating thing about these people. It's just another sequel. Like they do this thing where like, unless it's a big name, new original like thing, it's not good enough, and that they have to like, aggressively disrespect it. And this is a really good example of that. Pushmo was super popular. People loved it. It did a really good job at being like, a smaller budget puzzle game. And like it had an audience. I don't believe I've ever played this one. I think I own the original, never played the Wii U one. No interest for me, but like a lot of people like them. And like that's really all you need for a successful video game console.
On Miiverse and via QR codes. And while Miiverse doesn't work anymore, the QR codes do. Oh my god. Well, if you weren't interested in something actually goddamn worthwhile this month, Nintendo finally finished Wii Sports Club. And it took the physical form of this here pad of paper. Baseball and boxing both released, finally giving Wii U owners the ability to play the full Wii Sports lineup. Again, at least baseball uses the gamepad in ways that actually change the experience, which is more than you can say about everything else here. I mean,
wrong. What is he talking about? Wii Sports Club has online play. It uses like the Wii Motion Plus functionality, right? The motion controls are better than they were in the original, right? It's an improved version of Wii Sports. Like I just don't understand the notion that like this is like a rehash because like, oh, it's just Wii Sports again. Like, they play radically different from the original.
Kinda cool. They fulfilled the promises of the Wii U's E3 2011 debut, showcasing how Wii Sports could be enhanced with another screen. But it's a bit too little too late. What is this proving? That I'll pay money for a game I got for free 8 years ago? Just because...
Okay. Enough of bitching about the free game thing, okay? Like, what are you talking about? Like, why do they talk as if like that's the industry standard when like that was a very specific Wii thing to emphasize like the unique control schemes and like the functionality of the console. Like it's a giant cope, honestly, because like they keep doing this. Like, well, I got Wii Sports for free. Like, yeah. So what?
Now, 2 sports utilize a controller that at this point I'm thinking most people wanted to see.
Like playing golf on Wii U was fucking killer. So yeah, if you don't know, I completely forgot to mention this. This is actually
just because now.
Yeah, motion controls. Look down at the screen. The ball is there. Like that is like one of the craziest things I saw out of the Wii U, and I just do not see enough people talking about how crazy that is. And how interesting it was, and like how much they killed it. Like it is badass, and like people just do not like acknowledge that enough, I think.
2 sports utilize a controller that at this point I'm thinking most people wanted to see it used not to enhance gameplay, rather just to validate its existence. And the fact that
the validate thing. Oh man, holy fucking shit. So yeah, I just got done playing Pikmin. Okay, one of the things I emphasized on it was that like the gamepad validated its existence like day one with games like Nintendo Land, with like the unique features in New Super Mario Bros. U, with Zombie U, and then with Pikmin 3, which as many people forget was supposed to be a launch game, right? Like there were all these unique aspects of the gamepad like immediately when this thing came out. And what ended up happening is that people just refused to notice it or acknowledge it and just say it wasn't good enough, and that it didn't justify the gamepad. And so like it just kept like going on indefinitely until like the end of the console. And like even today, I feel like people still refuse to like acknowledge like how cool the gamepad actually was. Fundamentally, it's no different than the DS. You know, the idea of the two screen gameplay. So for me, it always just came off like the people making this complaint like weren't really playing these games enough to like understand like how the gamepad was objectively better than the other controllers at the time, and even like better than the Switch controllers today. Like it's kind of shocking when you I still feel as if the Wii U version of Pikmin 3 is better than the Switch version because of just how the gamepad controls just makes controlling all three characters seamless and just how engaging it is. Like the idea that the gamepad didn't add anything is just wrong and always has
They
been.
couldn't have been bothered to find a use for it outside of the two ideas they farted out in a cobbled together tech demo trailer 3 years prior, all within a pointless HD remake that has one of the strangest release and pricing strategies ever attempted. It just makes the whole package feel pointless, like it was developed out of obligation, not love. I didn't mind the concept of Wii Sports Club. In fact, when it was first revealed in 2013, I was damn excited. But I'm sorry, they did everything they possibly could have to kill any interest I had in it after the initial 2 Sports launched. I thought, maybe I'm just somebody who doesn't care about Wii Sports anymore. And then I thought, look at me. I think this game just stinks. Thankfully, for those not interested in Wii Sports Club, and I have a list of them right here, the eShop was graced with, honestly, one of Nintendo's most important exclusives this generation.
What?
Shovel Knight, really?
No. What is with these people acting like Shovel Knight was some genre defining thing? I remember when it came out and people were calling it Game of the Year and like one of the best games on Wii U and stuff like that. It wasn't that good. Okay. It was never that good. It's okay, but like the way YouTubers talk about it, like you would think it was like some 10 out of 10 masterpiece. And it's just not on that level, especially with all the updates. I never played through all the campaigns. Like I lost interest by the time the third one came out. Yeah, Spectre Knight was lame, and then they did like the King Knight one, and it's just like I just don't care anymore. Like it's just like the game lost me after a certain point. It's like I feel as if Shovel Knight is an example of the YouTube community glazing an above average indie game and like pretending it's way better than it actually is for clicks and hits and like, you know, for the community, and not because it's like actually that good. Because there are like quite a few Nintendo Wii U games in 2014 and 15 that were like way better than this. So like the idea that it was like one of the most notable games on the console is just laughably stupid, especially because it also launched on 3DS. But
Released on Wii U alongside Nintendo 3DS and PC versions, but as far as home consoles go, this was your only way to play the indie game of 2014. A Game of the Year nominee for many. Here you have a game that's a perfect culmination of old and new, taking the best elements from retro and mixing them with the benefits of modern gaming. There's really no real problems I can even think of with Shovel Knight. It's an instant classic, one of the best platformers ever released, and as a Wii U console exclusive.
Wrong. The game's like an hour and a half long. Like you're really gonna put it up there with like Donkey Kong Country or like Super Mario Bros. Wonder or like, you know, any of these like better platformers that exist. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze that came the same year. Like you're really going to put this up there as like the best 2D platformer ever. Like no, it's not. It never will be.
At its launch, I think it did wonders for the system when it came to its identity as an indie game machine. While the big third parties weren't interested anymore, the indies still were. They had so much respect for Nintendo and wanted to support.
Yeah, the indie scene on Wii U was killer. That was because of Damon Baker like putting so much effort in getting like all these games on the platform and like promoting them and like just killing it. And like ever since he left, we've been seeing like absolute like slop being promoted instead. It's been very frustrating.
Wii U as much as
hopefully
possible,
we see a return
which,
to like.
Hey, I think
days.
worked out for many considering what the hell else is releasing on this console. Way easier to stick out when you're like one of the only things the Wii U got that month. That was June. You know, pretty damn good month, all things considered. Loads of news from E3, some good stuff popping up on the eShop, and
who the fuck pays this much attention to like, you know, the monthly release schedule, right? Because if you look at like the Switch 2 release schedule, I guess we could like bring it up real quick. Yeah, so this is my problem with this kind of thing. Like, how often do most people like buy games? Like, maybe once a month if you're hardcore. Okay, I'm hardcore enough where I buy like every major Nintendo game that comes out. But other than that, like I'm so busy with so much things, I don't really have any desire to play games like Final Fantasy VII or like, you know, any of this. Like, look at this. This is all we're getting in June. Okay, look at all this slop. Like, in a lot of ways, we're not really getting a lot of big games in June. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Wow, holy shit. Yeah, the Wii U's June 2014. Yeah, I think it might be better than the Switch 2's actually. Looking at this upcoming release schedule. Yeah, Star Fox. Yeah, that's lame. Yep, yeah. Yeah, so the big Wii U game is a fucking like the big Switch 2 game is a remake of an N64 game that doesn't look anywhere near as good. Okay, that's embarrassing. Meanwhile, like you get like the Kino Wii U, where you get like, you know, all of its best games came out, you know, around that period. So like, you're telling me that like you're gonna hyper analyze the release schedule for the Wii U by talking about a bunch of games that nobody remembers or cares about. Because, like, this is the thing they always do. Like, you've noticed this, I'm sure. Like, he keeps throwing these, like, random third-party, like, license games on the screen, like Transformers and How to Train Your Dragon, like, in a bid to create this illusion that, like, oh, man, this is all we got that month. Oh, but, like, the reality is, like, we were all playing other games, you know, like this is 2014. Everyone's still playing 3D World. Everyone's still playing Tropical Freeze. Like, it's just like June 2014 was phenomenal. And like the fact that like Scott is like doing this thing where it's like, oh man, no, it was bad. Like all we had to play were indie games during the greatest indie game boom to ever exist. It's like, what are you talking about, Scott?
Keep in mind, Mario Kart 8 just launched at the tail end of May, so for me personally, it didn't matter we didn't get any new retail games released in July. Or August. Sure, we got a physical release of Wii Sports Club with everything on the disc, which, what, you think that's a good response to there were no games released for 2 months? The physical manifestation of this doesn't even have the Blue Ridge on the spine. This...
No physical releases for 2 months. Like, I haven't bought a physical game on Switch 2 its entire lifespan. What are you talking about? You don't need physical games. Like, people were buying games digitally at that point. The Wii U was when that was becoming more normalized. Like, oh, there were no retail games for 2 months. Like, who cares? Like, again, Shovel Knight came out. Like...
This game sells for hundreds. Goes to show, just because it's expensive, don't mean it's worth it. Life insurance. I was more than happy grinding away at Mario Kart 8's online multiplayer, chipping away at the eShop releases. I bought Pac-Land on Virtual Cons. Oh my god! And news-wise, throughout the summer, there were consistent interviews popping up, expanding upon the stuff we saw at E3. The Smash Brothers Picks of the Day kept things interesting, alongside brand new fighter reveal trailers. A physical release of NES Remix 1 and 2 was announced. A paid Mario Kart 8 DLC was finally confirmed in August. There was like a new Hyrule Warriors thing revealed like every damn day for a bit there. We got a full-blown Nintendo Direct for the game a month prior to launch. There may not have been a ton going on, but it wasn't a total snooze fest. Hey, Smash Brothers alone kept things interesting discussion-wise. Mario Kart was enough to keep me satisfied throughout the summer, and Hyrule Warriors was looking better and better every time they showed it. All built up to its release on September 26th,
Hell yeah.
2014, which ended a bearable, yet kind of inexcusable game drought. Remember when I mentioned I bought Pac-Land on oh my god! That's nearly 20% of the games I talked about this year. As a Wii U owner, I have no games and standards. Well, let's break conventions of the Wii U owner and actually play a video game. This is Hyrule Warriors, and this...
PlayStation hasn't had a relevant, exclusive title in its entire history. Okay? The fact that Scott DeWaz is, acting as if, 2 months without a retail release is, some real big deal breaker, especially after, hot on the heels of Mario Kart 8, that's just ridiculous, and that makes no sense. Honestly, we kind of went through the same thing this year, with the Switch 2, because we went through the December and January periods without any major retail Switch 2 releases. We didn't get a new one until Mario Tennis. Okay, there are a lot of people who argue we didn't get a relevant Switch 2 exclusive until Pokapia. Okay, and then you have the people who would argue that Yoshi is a flop or that Star Fox is a remake. If you exclude Star Fox, we're not getting any major Switch games in June. Okay? When you take all that into consideration, it's very easy to just understand that the problem with the Wii U was entirely because of third parties. Because what should have been happening during these periods is that the third parties were stepping up, that they were putting their games on it, that they were filling in the gaps, that they were finding their audience, but they just refused to do it, right? They were deliberately trying to drive Nintendo out of the industry, all the while these first party and indie games were doing very, very well. And it didn't work. And this is the big thing with Scott, is that he's sitting here blaming Nintendo for these gaps, and Nintendo for these releases, and Nintendo for what's going on with this console, when there's a very obvious issue here, and that it was the third party support. They just never turned up for this console.
This is the definition of okay. Damn, full page spread. Hyrule Warriors is fun. It's a very cool combination of Zelda and Warriors with addictive, satisfying gameplay, solid presentation, and a huge amount of content. But it's not meant to be thoughtfully consumed, rather mindlessly gobbled. This is a good hack and slash, but it is constantly teetering between engaging and brain dead. And with Bayonetta 2 releasing on Wii U just a month later, being one of the greatest hack and slashes ever crafted, it just underlines how
Wrong. Bayonetta 2 sucks. Hyrule Warriors is way better. Hyrule Warriors is infinitely better than Bayonetta 2. Again, what is with people glazing Bayonetta 2 so much? I don't understand why people act like it's the highlight of the Switch 2's the Wii U's existence. It was mid when it came out. It's not as good as 1, not as good as 3. It's the worst Bayonetta game for one thing, but it just gets mogged by so many other better Wii U games. I like Fatal Frame 5 more than it now. Devil's Third. I think I like Xenoblade Chronicles X more than it. Bayonetta 2 just has no value to it at all. Unless you really, really, really like the visual design.
Fictitious this one can get. But that's where I go, hey, maybe this is something to chip away at rather than go for a full week-long binge. I pray for your couch after that.
That's my Hyrule Warriors puddle.
And yeah, playing in shorter bursts, I think Hyrule Warriors is good stuff. The game really surprised me with how much there is to it. I mean, the initial reveal made it out to be just a barren tech demo, at least to me. I thought it looked fine, albeit did feel like it was just Dynasty Warriors with a Zelda skin and not much else. But over time, you could tell how much effort was being pumped into this, becoming an extremely polished celebration of the Zelda series with an endless amount of content to go through. And while the gameplay is undoubtedly more of the same Warrior style, it's honestly more fun than any of the Warriors games I've tried, and that's not just because of the Zelda paint job. It's faster, more fluid, the controls feel just right. And yeah, contextualizing this as a Zelda thing does make for a more enjoyable experience, but it goes deeper than just visual flourishes. The variety of characters, settings, hell, the music, it's far more interesting to plow through enemies here than,
Yeah, it's spoken like a true pleb. Spoken like a true pleb who's probably never even played any other Warriors games. Like, do you not know how many, like, Warriors spinoffs exist? Do you not know there's, like, Pirate Warriors or, like, you know, like, all these, like, other, like, variants on the formulas? You know, like, Fire Emblem has one. Like, the idea that, like, oh, man, I like this Warriors game because I recognize that thing. It's like, yeah, that's kind of how the brand works.
Yep. Hyrule Warriors gave the Wii U a game Zelda fans could enjoy, and if they weren't into the gameplay, hey, I think you can at least appreciate it. It's not really meant to be anything other than a fun, cool spin-off, but even being just that, damn, they stuffed this thing silly. Look at all these modes, look at all the DLC they released for it, look at the limited edition they released exclusively at the Nintendo World Store. It includes a scarf. Why waste money on that? Look, I bought these separately and they were significantly cheaper. The only other retail game to hit Wii U in September 2014? Disney Infinity 2.0. See, the Wii U doesn't have no games. It has no games and Disney Infinity 2.0. At the time, the big conversation going on was surrounding Super Smash Bros. For 3DS suffering from a smorgasbord of leaks, which meant we knew the entire character roster months before the Wii U version was to launch. For how much Smash Bros. Speculation carried me throughout 2014, that was a bit deflating for the console release, on top of the Wii U game launching after the 3DS one, not to mention the fact we haven't seen a ton of what makes the game on Wii U unique from the handheld, plus the fact that with two versions I'm practically buying the same game twice. It was still a damn
3DS and Wii U have entirely different features, stages, and mechanics. What are you talking about? They're completely radically different games. Like, oh, yes, the 3DS version, it ruined the Wii U version existing. Like, no, Scott, that didn't fucking happen. Like, that is not something that ever happened.
I mean, I couldn't wait for Smash Brothers. And to help tide me over, Nintendo issued a Wii U system update introducing folders. Who needs games when you have Disney Infinity 2.0 and a way to organize it? Always bugged me how the name I give each folder isn't centered. I have to go in and add a bunch of spaces myself, which still isn't perfect. And then it'll do this weird thing where the word gets cut off and continues via the next line. Why couldn't it just shrink the font down a bit if the name becomes too long? Why, at least I can finally organize my vast library of Wii U titles. But for newcomers to the console, 2 new bundles launched this month.
He just talked about Hyrule Warriors, and he's acting like Disney Infinity is the only game that came out. Like, what is he, stupid?
Walmart exclusive Mario Kart 8 Deluxe set, and the new standard console release sold across all stores, the Super Mario 3D World Deluxe set, both including Nintendo Land as a bonus. Honestly, much better than the Mario and Luigi Deluxe set nonsense they released last year. I mean, what? You're telling me 2 games are included here? Let's visualize that. Here are your 2 games. The 3D World Deluxe set was a pretty great value for $2.99, especially bringing Nintendo Land back in the package. And if you were still on the fence about purchasing a Wii U, I think many were definitely persuaded after watching the Bayonetta 2 Direct on September 4th.
Hated that Direct.
Boy, I'm ready for the Sex Witch game! Launching 1 month later on October 24th, Bayonetta 2 finally launched, alongside Bayonetta 1 as an included bonus. Back then, with the lack of releases and just how time flies so much faster these days, I felt like we had to wait an eternity for this game. When in reality, I mean, took 2 years. Ooh. Looking back, that ain't bad at all. And with Bayonetta 2 becoming one of the highest rated games of 2014, a Game of the Year nominee, and quite possibly the greatest hack and slash game, action game in general of all time, I'd say.
What? All time? It's not even the best on the console. It wasn't even the best in the box. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The best of all time? It was mocked by Bayonetta 1. Like Ninja Gaiden Black, like Devil's Third is better than it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it's not even the best. It's the worst Bayonetta game there is. Even Cereza and the Lost Demon is better. Like, what are you talking about?
It was more than worth the wait. This game is absolutely incredible and checked so many important boxes for the Wii U. An M-rated, hardcore, visually stunning masterpiece you couldn't get anywhere else. Problem was, it's Bayonetta 2. The first game,
What?
while well received, didn't light sales charts on fire.
So
you take a niche sequel and put it on a niche platform and, like, what? You're expecting PS4 owners to give a damn? Not even like this is a completely new experience. Like, Bayonetta 2 is better than 1, but
No.
still. So this game was never really gonna...
absolutely not. Scott does not know what he's talking about. Anybody who says 2 is better than 1 has no idea what they're talking about. Like, none. 2 is like basically a rehash that doesn't really Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge mogs it. I have got to play Razor's Edge. I would say no, because like how bad like the original Ninja Gaiden 3 was, but like yeah, we'll try it again. I was actually thinking about playing it just to I've never gone back to Razor's Edge, so I would say no, but we'll see. But yeah, the idea that like Bayonetta 2 is like the greatest action game ever made. Like only a fucking pleb would say that. That doesn't make any sense. Like it's just I actually just got done talking about Bayonetta 3 and how like 2 fans have this weird idea that it was a massive step down when it's way better. And it really does just come down to the fact that this is a way easier game and that like casuals like Scott can play it. That's really all it comes down to.
Gonna help Wii U sales all too much, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo was aware of that. They didn't fund and publish Bayonetta 2 to reap the rewards. They did it to prove a point, that their platform was home to a wide variety of quality games for a wide variety of people. Plus, they saved a genuinely good game from cancellation, fostered a great working relationship with the developer Platinum Games, and could now call Bayonetta an honorary Nintendo franchise, which goes a long way. Who says Nintendo's just for kids? In this shot, I'm watching a witch say the word f***. Now, it took me a bit to get fully invested in the Bayonetta games, but when I did, oh boy! Literally every fight in this game has the intensity and design of most games' final bosses. It doesn't feel like the limitations of other games apply to this one. Literally anything can happen at any moment, and for this all to be running so smoothly and looking so good on a device that has problems loading a fucking JPEG.
Wrong.
It just makes this game 10 times more amazing!
No.
Bayonetta 2's gameplay is so richly deep and technical, but it's only as much as you want it to be. You can just button mash your way through. You're gonna get mocked, but hey, you can do it. But the more you learn the game and its limitless combos...
What? You could just button mash through the game? So he played on the lowest difficulty then? Is that what he's admitting to?
The more engaging it is, and I think that's the mark of a perfectly designed video game.
It's been a long time since I played Bayonetta 2.
It's a masterpiece. You can tell how grateful the developers were to be able to make the game they wanted to make. How this feels like they treated it like it was the last one they were ever gonna work on. And if it wasn't for the Wii U, none of this would have been possible. We would have never gotten the word f*** said in front of a Nintendo fan. And the fact Bayonetta 1 comes bundled in for free, I mean, that's incredible. That's 2 amazing games released in October. Lord knows we need them. Skylanders Trap Team, Just Dance 2015, Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2, The Voice I Want You. Not only is this lineup pitiful, it has the audacity to rhyme. Thankfully, the Smash Bros. News more than made up for that. We got the Super Smash Bros. For Wii U 50-fact extravaganza detailing every little thing that sets...
Yeah, I say this a lot, but I do think this needs to be like kind of the mantra going forward when it comes to this kind of thing. We need to stop judging video game consoles based on their bad games, because you see this a lot when people try to dismiss the Wii or like other Nintendo consoles. Like they always try and come out and say that like, well, like the shovelware exists, so the console wasn't good, except no, if you don't buy the game, if you don't play the game, it may as well not exist. Like you should exclusively evaluate a console based on its good games. Like this is just a giant cope to try and like downplay Nintendo consoles, but it's something that does need to be talked about.
The game, apart from the 3DS version, which launched earlier in October, all sorts of exclusive modes. Mewtwo is coming later as DLC. November couldn't come soon enough. Where the f is December? November 21st. Big day for Nintendo fans everywhere. Not only did we get Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire over on the 3DS, but Super Smash Bros. For Wii U as well, alongside all the other crap that comes with it. The GameCube controller adapter, GameCube controllers, the special edition bundle of those two items, plus the game, GameCube-like controllers that plug into your Wii Remote, and the first 12 amiibo figures with accessories for all those as well. Can you believe I've already been playing this game for a month? And I think that's where Smash for Wii U fell a bit flat for me. And not because it wasn't a phenomenal game, no, it was sublime. But because these two versions have the same character lineup, gameplay, mechanics, style, many of the same modes and stages and music and collectibles, after you play Smash for 3DS, Smash for Wii U doesn't feel like a brand new Smash Bros. It just feels like the replacement for the 3DS game. Which, to be honest, that just makes my love for this game seem oddly mechanical. Like, Smash Wii U gets down to business. No cool cutscene, story mode, no real character. What is there to fall in love with here outside of this just being a good new Smash Brothers? Like, everything runs, looks, and plays great, character roster's bigger than ever before, but outside of that, Stage Builder seemed awesome, being able to draw stages with the gamepad, but it's like they just stopped there because drawing whatever you want can bring limitless possibilities. Here's 4 items, f*** off. Classic mode is a confusing mess, way worse than the 3DS versions. In fact, a lot of stuff was actually better in that game. I think the stage lineup is stronger on the handheld. The exclusive mode Smash Run is good fun, but what does Smash Wii U say to that? Here are some of my stages. Smashville, and Town and City, Mario Circuit, Flat Zone X, Big Battlefield, Pac-Land. Oh, and this is my exclusive mode. The Smash Tour gets a lot of hate, a Smash Brothers Party board game mode. It can be fun, but it mostly just feels like random bullshit half the time. Much like 8-player Smash. It's like, cool, we could do it here, but Jesus. Don't get me wrong, I do love this game. But when I say that love is mechanical, it's because it's like this game is going through the motions. Like, most of these modes are obligations you need to do because it's a Smash game, and most of the new stuff it tries sucks. But listen, this is just me being hypercritical of a game I pumped hundreds of hours into. And for good reason. I mean, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U was the ultimate Smash Bros. Game. At its release. The gameplay was tightened and sped up from Brawl and felt like a great balance that both casual and hardcore players could enjoy. The online play, I honestly didn't have many problems with. Yeah, it wasn't perfect, but it was reliable enough for me to hop on every night and play for an hour or so. While many of the single-player offerings were definitely flawed and a bit overdone at that point, especially considering I just went through so much of this a month prior with the 3DS version. I mean, I still went through it all. I'm a sucker for collecting every little doodad in these games. And of course, as a multiplayer game, there aren't many others that do it better than Smash Bros. And Super Smash Bros. For Wii U was a damn good Smash Brothers. It just didn't hit as hard as previous or hell future entries. I mean, you split it up into 2 separate games, with one launching later, which I think it's impressive as hell they developed these both simultaneously, but it does make me wonder how much more impressive Smash Wii U would have been if this was their sole focus. Because the leap from Brawl, it's there, but not really all too monumental. Like, there's more stages in general than that game, but brand new stages? Yeah, there's not as many. Calling a handful
as if Ultimate has, like, is radically different than we, like, what's he talking about? Like, okay, so, like, he's saying the game didn't leave as much of an impact because of the 3DS. Like, he's implying that the 3DS version held it back. And he's trying to say that there wasn't, like, that big of a jump in quality. Like, Ultimate reused a ton of assets from these games, okay? Ultimate, if anything, I think suffers more from this idea of being held back by, like, previous entries because they pumped it out so fast. But
full of these new stages is a stretch. But
yeah, I tend to think of Ultimate as not being as good as Smash 4 because I feel like, for me, a big part of the appeal of these games is, like, the strong single-player focus, and Ultimate just didn't bring that for me. I love the event mode in this game. I love, like, you know, the arcade mode. It's just fantastic.
Finding the stage count with the 3DS version, and damn, the scope of this project is insane. But the scope of the games by themselves, I mean, they suffice. And that's Super Smash Bros. For Wii U at the end of the day. A Smash Bros. That sufficed. It did its job. It was a great game that I played endlessly. Until that ended. When I look back at this game, there's not much about it in particular that I love. The mere fact it was a new Smash Bros. For Wii U was why I loved it. And now this name makes a whole lot more sense. It's Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. That's it. That's what it is. Buy it. And the game just doesn't really go much further than that. Most people opted to just pick up the 3DS game to get their Smash fix, which left this one as the lowest selling entry in the franchise. And that's a shame, because that's not Smash for Wii U's fault, but I also don't think it pushed enough boundaries to warrant more people buying a whole-ass Wii U to play it. Especially when you can experience most of it on 3DS for a hell of a lot cheaper. But for those of us who make poor financial choices, this was still a fantastic Super Smash Bros. Experience. And the memories I have of this game, especially awaiting its release, I will cherish forever. These are those memories.
Who the fuck is that?
Right alongside Smash Bros., we got...
Wow, he doesn't even recognize Greninja? What a fucking... What a poser. What a loser. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. Didn't he say they had the same stages? Yeah, I mean, okay. So there are some exclusive stages on each version, but like there is quite a lot of overlap between them. So I can kind of understand why he would say that, but like the reality is like 3DS and Wii U have radically different like features and modes, and that like it's very well worth your time to play both of them.
The GameCube controller and adapter, which only work with Smash Brothers. Great! It's not like we got months of misinformation on that fact, or the back of the box here says this adapter is for specially designed game. Zzz. There's really no reason why this shouldn't work elsewhere. At the very least, how about while playing Wii games that support the GameCube controller? Like, come on! Can't even use it to boot up Smash. You still gotta select the game with a separate controller. Still, I kept this thing plugged into my Wii U for ages. As much as the gamepad and Pro Controller work well for Smash, there was something special about playing it this way. It just felt right. But you know what I love even more than the feel of the GameCube controller adapter? Severe supply issues. Oh my, this is the greatest goddamn product ever made. The GameCube controller adapter experienced severe supply issues for a bit there. Not the special GameCube controller they released. Yeah, thank God I could buy those. To not use them, like, you need the adapter. I guess they produced more of the controllers because you may be buying a ton for local multiplayer, and these are just flat-out GameCube controllers. You can use them on the original consoles, which was really cool for Nintendo to do. I primarily use these Smash Bros. Controllers whenever I play GameCube. It's just nice to have brand new official retro controllers at reasonable prices. Now, if only I could goddamn use them for the reason they were re-released. Now, I was lucky enough to pre-order mine, but if you didn't, you had to wait a few months for some restocks, or
do I have mine? I think I have one.
Suffer. The officially licensed GameCube knockoff controllers by PDP and Hori. Plug these into the Wii remote and they function like a Wii Classic controller. These are nice to have a GameCube controller-like option for Wii and Wii U games that support the Classic controller, but damn do these feel ever so off. Just kind of sad if somebody invites you over for Smash Brothers and these are the only controllers available.
Wow. I should have taken the hint. I'm the bitch.
But none of this matters compared to the other Wii U accessory launched alongside Smash Brothers, Amiibo. Nintendo threw their hat in the Toys to Life ring, competing against Skylanders and Disney Infinity, which made sense because if you were a Wii U owner, that was all you could be possibly goddamn playing. I feel...
come on, you fucking retard. Okay, so this is the really funny thing about this console generation, and like, the thing that people don't talk about is that, like, how quickly Nintendo was able to enter the Toys to Life market and dominate it. Okay, they raped Skylanders and Disney Infinity out of business, and it's not something that people talk about. And I know over the past year there was this giant cope that like Amiibo were dead and that no one were buying them anymore, but like that's very clearly not true. You know, considering the popularity of like the Grace and Leon Amiibo and like, you know, the Rosalina ones. Actually, the Rosalina one might be my favorite Amiibo ever. I love that thing. But like, yeah, the narrative was that this was a fad that would soon die, and it never did. And like, they just dominate this market now.
Well, there was a lot of pressure for Nintendo to do something like this. I mean, for starters, that NFC reader on the Wii U gamepad wasn't doing a damn thing. Like, man,
what are you talking? Do you not understand how this works? That they introduce these features into the console so that they can utilize it later. Like they're not going to use every every tiny little thing it built into their consoles like right away. Okay. So like, yeah, that was built in it for Amiibo, which was going to be re-released on Wii U, in a couple of years. Like they were prepping for it, right? Like, what are you talking about? It wasn't doing anything. It was there waiting for the day of destiny.
Use it or lose it could have been a cup holder. And with Nintendo's IP feeling ripe for figurines that could interact with certain video games, after the booming popularity of Skylanders, I think many investors went, come on! So,
What?
Here we have it, Amiibo. Right now at launch, they only work with Wii U and are supported by just a few games. Smash Bros. Has the most extensive Amiibo support, where you can train your figure, level it up, and bring it over to a different console. Hyrule Warriors received an update where you get special items for scanning them. Mario Kart 8 gives you some character-themed racing suits for your Mii. This is Amiibo support for the sake of Amiibo support. Yeah, I know Nintendo was trying to avoid locking substantial content behind a paywall with these things, but some of this just makes me ask, what's the point? Oh, Amiibo were a success! I think people just really enjoyed collecting a line of cool Nintendo figures, and its relationship with Wii U didn't mean anything at the end of the day, but good for the Wii U. Let's just let it have this one. It's gonna need it. Yes, earlier in November, the final game in the Sonic on Wii U exclusivity contract released.
Signature is just a bunch of smeared mud.
Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric.
That's not mud.
Okay, so with this being a tie-in with the Sonic Boom TV show that debuted that exact month, it's fair to say this falls more in line with cruddy licensed kids games than a for-realsies mainline Sonic game. But looking at the history of this project, it's apparent that initially, the scope was far greater than that. Like, this was meant to be taken seriously. Used the CryEngine and was meant to be this epic 4-player co-op adventure game with gorgeous open environments and an origin story for Sonic, all designed for the latest and greatest home consoles. And then it had to conform to the Sonic Boom franchise, become a Wii U exclusive, which the CryEngine was not designed for, and coincide with the premiere of the TV show, which meant this was extremely rushed.
Damn. That's great. I was expecting a 30.
What we have here is one of the biggest disasters in gaming history. The game that ruined Sonic's reputation.
What?
Again. And it could only be found on Wii U. Listen, Rise of Lyric.
Yeah. I love how Sonic fans just pretend that this game doesn't exist. Like, the Sonic exclusivity thing was like a complete cope. Like, I don't understand how Nintendo let them get away with that, where they put out like the absolute worst games on their hardware, and then, well, Lost World was okay. Put out like some of the worst games on their hardware and then just bounce, never to appear ever again. Like, what happened after this? What happened to Sonic after this? Yeah, it was Sonic Mania. Yeah, Sonic Mania, and then like Frontiers. It's been a while since we've seen new Sonic games, honestly. But yeah, people do not, people talk so much shit about the Wii U, and yet nobody talks about Sonic's role in it. Like, some of the absolute worst games on the platform came from Sonic, and it's just embarrassing how like people just downplay and ignore that.
It's a glitchy, buggy, unpolished mess. But even if it had more time in the oven, the core game here just isn't very good. It's meant to be a simple, boring action-adventure game for kids. There's not much going for this one here. But this was one of our very few third-party Wii U exclusives. Embrace it!
Just for me?
I think that Sonic exclusivity contract for Wii U helped absolutely nobody. Nintendo got 3 pretty garbage Sonic games on their platform. Sega nearly killed the whole damn franchise, and I'm holding literal human.
Okay. I don't think Mario and Sonic. I don't think that was part of the exclusivity contract. I think like Sonic Lost World on 3DS was. I don't know how they got out of it, but like. Yeah, they signed 3 games, and I don't think they specified what the 3 games were exactly, but they just had to be like Nintendo exclusive. So like Mario and Sonic would have been exclusive anyway. So like I can't imagine that would have like satisfied the terms of the contract, but like whatever. But yeah, I've noticed that they've never worked together again on this kind of deal. It was a bad move for Nintendo. Like, I don't know why. Hopefully this is the end of Sonic. Hopefully it never recovers from this.
games on their platform. Sega nearly killed the whole damn franchise, and I'm holding literal human shit.
I mean, it is dead.
Don't worry, because Watch Dogs came out on Wii U this month. Yeah, that about sums it up. Coming in 6 months after everybody said, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? We got what ended up being the last AAA hardcore third-party game on Wii U. You know, it was a nice sentiment to put this game on Wii U, even if the end product runs like ass. Like, my god, it's worse than the PS3 and 360 versions. But I mean, this was the closest we got to a Grand Theft Auto on the platform, so that's something. But Watch Dogs always sounded like a match made in heaven for this console. Like, oh, you can hack things with a smart device? With the gamepad, imagine the possibilities. My childlike whimsy and imagination died years ago. To be fair, the hacking in Watch Dogs boils down to pressing a button when the game tells you to. There's not really much they would have or could have done in a Wii U version without straight up changing the core game design. So, the gamepad is just a map screen, a completely optional one at that, which makes Watch Dogs for Wii U Watch Dogs for those who only own a Wii U. There's no other reason to pay attention to this port. It's perfectly fine for what it is, but what it is a whole bunch of lost potential that released months after anybody gave a damn, missing loads of features, and all for full price when the other better versions were already discounted at this point. You know what? Forget this game. Remember when I said this was the last AAA hardcore third-party game on Wii U? I lied. November was the most packed month of 2014 for the console. There were 6 games released. But we also got the first wave of Mario Kart 8's paid downloadable content. Wow! Who would have thought humanity's greatest achievement was going to be this? For Nintendo fans, that's great. For humans, oh my god. Say what you will about Nintendo this generation, God knows I have, but their DLC output was extremely strong. Some of the highest quality stuff of its kind. And with Mario Kart 8's DLC, some of this is better than the base game. And the price, like 8 new tracks, 3 new characters, 4 new vehicles for $7.99. Or
I need to get back into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I haven't played it since
it was
World
only
came out.
$11.99. 12 bones for 16 new tracks. That's adding half the tracks we got in the game already. And just look at these. These are amazing. Lots of.
Yeah, I think I cannot sit through this anymore. We might come back to it tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. We will have to see, but. Yeah, I'm surprised. Like, didn't they keep like the Sonic Boom license going? Is it over now? Like, I thought they were running comics at one point. Okay. I guess we can play Ocarina. Yeah, I think we're gonna play the library games tonight. Where did the fuck did it go? So yeah, what am I controlling? Other. Yeah. So to sum up, and I knew this was going to be the case before I even watched it, which is why I wasn't taking it seriously. But like, to sum up, like Scott the Woz is like he's sitting there for 3 hours, just like insisting that the Wii U wasn't a good video game console. When like he keeps naming game after game after game. And like trying to downplay like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate of all things. It's like you're not fooling anybody. That game is beloved. Like he tries to say that like, well, it didn't leave much of an impact because of this, and this, but I'm just like, well, it's still a good game. It's like it's just one of those cases where like it was just a bad release cycle, I would say. Yeah, I might go out. I might go out soon. I kind of want to go get something to eat and like to see people. I have not done like anything outside the house in like the last couple of days, so I probably should go out and like get some stuff. All right, Ocarina of Time. Scott has a love-hate. Well, like, okay, so it's a grift, right? Like the reason Scott is so obsessed with the Wii U is because it's like what made his channel, and it's kind of what like defines him as a content creator. Did I really die once? When did I die? Okay. Should we go get the gold scale? I don't really want to do it now. Honestly, I think we're just gonna go to the desert and like do some stuff. Imagine what the back allies look like. Yeah, I remember seeing this for the first time and it blowing my mind. Yeah, I'm curious if like players today still have that like if that's still like an impact. So Ganondorf like fucked everything up except for Hyrule Field. Like for some reason Hyrule Field's safer now. I don't know. Sonic Forces was worse than Lost World. It was, yeah. Oh yeah, Sonic Forces was so bad. It was yeah. I was like, what was the Sonic game that even came out like after Lost? Yeah, so it was yeah, it was Forces and then Frontiers, and now and we haven't gotten shit since then. But like, yeah, I have no intention of ever playing Frontiers. I'm like completely done with Sonic. I don't want to play anymore. At this point, I'm gonna make my own original character that's like better than Sonic and try to turn him into like the fastest thing alive, and like present him as like Sonic's Yeah, on a CRT, I remember this being kind of iffy because like it was really hard to see sometimes. Well, Tom, I am selling stuff. This guy's foreign from all over the world. Is this guy outside of Hyrule? A dangerous running object. Terrifying. I won't tell you what it is until I see the money. Yeah, look at that nose. 200 rubies? Yeah. So he knows I'm going to the Spirit Temple. Yeah, there's nobody else like I don't understand this character. Like he just confuses me. So he has a flying carpet. You've never seen a flying carpet in the game before or since. Like he's in the desert. Like and yet he knows about the Spirit Temple. Like it's kind of weird, isn't it? For some reason he tries to scam you on the bomb shoe thing. Like I don't know why he exists because like the game gives you bomb shoes if you don't have them already. I know what did Nintendo. Purpose does that serve? Yeah, I really need to play Mario Rabbids one of these days. I need to get through XCOM 2 as well. Wait, what? Yeah, what was she talking about? Like, I struggle way more with like, um, with walking across, like, with following the flags than I do the river. So yeah, the Spirit Temple is the Gerudo's place of worship. So I think we can like kind of. So I think we have this. So yeah, so the Kokiri have like the Kokiri have the Forest Temple. Gorons have the Fire Temple. Zoras have the Water Temple. Shikas have the Shadow Temple, and Gerudo have the Spirit Temple. So like, yeah, out of those, the weird one out is the Forest Temple, because like the Kokiri don't seem to know it exists. They seem to revere like the Great Deku Tree more. And like the Sacred Forest Meadow exists, and like Saria goes there by herself, but like she doesn't understand like the importance of it really. Yeah, I really need to play like Sparks of Hope. I finished Kingdom Battle back in the day, but I've never gone back to it. Stealth. Yeah, I was actually gonna make a video about that. I legit think the Gerudo Fortress is a better stealth game than Metal Gear Solid 1. So I was legit gonna make a video about it. Like, it's shocking how much better this game is than MGS. Like, absolutely shocking. Oh, by the way, I actually found this by myself for someone I knew who never could find this final spell. He just overlooked it, apparently. Yeah, I love Nehru's Love, but like, oh, what is that pose? Oh, wow. Yeah, make Great Fairies hot again. MGS1 is just Pac-Man. I know, right? Yeah, they don't explain anything about the Forest Temple. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious if they're ever gonna like explain that. Because you just know that like the people working on the games today grew up with the games, and they're gonna start like making references to stuff like that. Because like we've seen callbacks to like Lone Lawn Ranch and stuff like that for years, but like Skyward Sword Mogs, yeah. Yeah, playing MGS1 last year was like a really eye-opening experience, because it's like it's crazy just how much better this game is. And like PlayStation fanboys just did not want to admit it. So yeah, according to this game, this is where Ganondorf grew up. Is it really straight ahead? I thought it was like a little bit to the left. So how many statues of like the Colossus are there? Yeah, it's interesting how like the Colossus refers to the statue. In the Japanese version, I think the files say it's like evil goddess. I've seen like lore speculation about this. What the hell's that? What the hell were that? Birds? They programmed birds, really? Yeah, it's crazy. You keep seeing people try and tell you that like that the N64 had no games, but like the reality is it was like an insane console. Like I went ahead and counted all the games on like NSO already, and it's like about 30 of them, and they don't have every single game on the console. Like I want to say there's at least like 50 good ones, which considering the console was only on the market for like 5 years, that's really, really good. Yeah, the N64 is like one of the most important video game consoles ever, and it's so weird how we have like this specific group of people actively trying to deny that. Like people keep saying that like the PlayStation mogged it, and I'm just like, bro, handhelds, like Pokemon was introduced that generation. What are you talking about? Yeah, so you can actually go back through the Desert Colossus and end up back at the fortress as a kid. I think you had to glitch. Oh wait, oh Sheik was waiting for me. I agree. Yeah, I agree. To restore the Desert Colossus. What does she mean restore? Wasn't it always like this melody will lead a child back to the desert? Yeah, I kind of wish you got to do more as a kid because I feel like the time travel mechanic is kind of underutilized in this. Oracle of Ages, weirdly enough, does a way better job of it, but it gets kind of confusing in that one as a result. You can see why they kind of held back. I would not mind them doing it again. That's actually something that like I'd like to see. Oh, it's Kabora Gabor. This is the only time you see him as an adult, isn't it? Yeah, they never go into like what the owl actually is. Yeah, you see him for the last time as a kid in the Spirit Temple. So when you beat the Spirit Temple, so imagine coming. Oh no, no, yeah, you can't possibly come out here before learning the Prelude to Light, can you? But yeah, like one of the things that like a lot of people were trying to say about Zelda back in the day was this idea that it was generic, that it was played out. Because I remember this cope that like this was a remake of A Link to the Past, which is like obviously retarded if you think about it for 2 seconds, but like it really was like kind of a pervasive narrative among like PC gamers in the 90s. Is that that these games didn't have any like thought put into them, that they were childish, that they didn't really like advance the genre in any meaningful way, and it just isn't true. And that's very observable. That's very clear if you actually play them. But like the problem with most people is that like they just don't play these games and they just don't have any idea of like what they actually offer. Yeah, it's pretty late. I probably should just get going. Yeah, I've been streaming for 2 hours. I don't. I might just stay in today again. I don't know. I've been like really comfortable at home for the past couple of days. I've been like working on like the videos and stuff like that. I had like a pretty huge like surge of views over the past couple of days because of the Kino Casino clip. So I was really anxious to kind of replicate that, and it just feels like it's not going to happen. It just feels like it was one of those chance things. Like if I have enough of those chance successes, eventually I'll be like completely set on YouTube, but like I just don't feel like I'm there yet. So I've been like pumping out videos left and right, like doing everything I can to hit that threshold, and I'm getting there. I am. I haven't seen you around, kid. Bro, I'm in the middle of the desert. What is she talking about? And how many little boys are like living in Gerudo country anyway? Like they get molested. What do you want? To see the temple. You're just a kid. The temple is no place for kids. So Noboru's like, she's an interesting character because she's the only one of the sages that you don't meet before you pull the Master Sword. So what is she talking about? So like, I'm the Boru of the Gerudo. I'm a lone wolf. Noboru, what are you talking about? You have like an entire organization of people just across the desert. A kid like you may not know this, but the Gerudo race consists only of women. Only one man is born every 100 years. Even though our laws say that lone male Gerudo must become king of the Gerudo, I'll never bow to such an evil man. So is this supposed to be like the angle they go with? Because they say that Noboru is working with Ganondorf when you meet her in the adult timeline, and then you go back here and meet her, and then so is this supposed to be a twist? Like, I don't know, it's interesting that there's supposed to be a narrative arc here, but I feel like it doesn't land very well. Like, I find her to be the least interesting of the sages. What kind of name is that? Why is she so obnoxious? Will you go through this tiny hole and get a treasure that's inside? Can't she go there instead? Like, she's not that big. The treasure is the silver gauntlets. If you equip them, you can easily push and pull very heavy things. No, no, no. Don't even think about taking this treasure for yourself. And give them to me. Ganondorf and his minions are using the Spirit Temple as a hideout. What minions? Koum and Koteg? Only the silver gauntlets will allow me to sneak deep into the temple. What treasure? What is she going to steal? What plans? Like, they already succeeded in overthrowing the kingdom. Like, what are you hoping to accomplish? Will you do it? What happens if you say no? You and I, let's give Ganondorf and his followers a big surprise, shall we? She's awfully trusting. If you can successfully sit in the silver gauntlets, I'll do something great for you. Like, what did she mean by this? I know, right? Like, what does she imply? What is she implying with that? Like, what did she mean by this? Like, what exactly did she mean by this? Like, what indeed? I don't get it. So is Noboru canonically a pedophile? Oops. Wow, not the Deku shield, the shield I'll never need again. I probably won't even get a replacement, honestly. Yeah, the Spirit Temple is pretty straightforward, I would say, as a kid. I don't know. Like, if it was like, I don't know. What'd she say in the Japanese version? Was it like more or less suggestive? Because I can't imagine they seriously wanted it to come across that way. Because like I imagine if you're playing the game, you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, she's gonna give you like an item or something. Like that's what I think. I mean, I didn't think anything of it when I first played this. The Crimea. The Crimea hug scene is like infinitely more based. Like, come the fuck on. That shit was awesome. I remember seeing that for the first time and it just blew my mind. I don't know what it is, but I have this weird like hate boner for like Armos in this game. I cannot remember ever how to beat them because like as a kid I remember like going in that one room where they're like where the door locks behind you and they're everywhere. If you see me play the game today, I always like do this thing where I just go around it because you don't need to go in there. It's the one in that room where you had to bomb that thing. Yeah, like there aren't a ton of Armos in the game, so it's like I never actually learned how to fight them. So I have this weird like aversion to them. I tend to just run past them. The way I do it when I have to fight one is just like stun it with the boomerang, but you don't get the boomerang until Jabu Jabu. So I actually have no idea how you do it without the boomerang. They'll definitely remove that. Do you really think so? There's no fucking way. I think we're moving past the whole like demonizing male sexuality thing. I think that's like I think everyone agrees that's pretty damaging. Like I don't know, man. I just I think we're past that, honestly. I don't respect it at all. Yeah, you kind of have to like do this kind of thing so people don't turn out gay or think they're gay. Because I was thinking about this is that like for a long time there was like nobody around, so like it was one of those cases where like video games gave me an idea of like what I wanted out of a girl. I don't know. I think the problem with like a lot of guys today is that they just they don't get pussy when they're like supposed to, and they just have this like warped like view of like what sex is actually like. Like I think you should like be talking to girls as like immediate like all the time. And I think that's the problem when you look at incels and you look at what they're doing. They're just not doing that, and they're making excuses for it. Like the thing they do is that like, oh, I'm scared she's gonna laugh at me. Like, bro, like play it off. Like play it off. It doesn't matter. Like who cares? Like you know what happens if you act like a Chad when she tries to do that? Like she looks like an idiot. Like it's just like it. Like I keep seeing people like try and do that and try and say that like, oh, I'm scared that she's gonna make fun of me. Like who cares? Who the fuck cares? You keep talking to girls until you find someone that actually likes you. Like that's it. That's all you have to do. All you have to fucking do. Early Saturday stream. Yeah. I booted it up because I was gonna play like this library game I got, but like it's a game card game and I had to download it. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end the stream so I can go out and like do stuff. I really need to write up a little bit. I have not written in the past couple of days, or at least not much. So I am gonna have to like try to finish that, I think. Sweden? Tootie? I don't know. I mean, yeah, like real women fucking. I don't know, man. It's like that's like the big problem with being a millennial. I think is that like so many girls just have this like hate boner for like the idea of getting married and starting families, and like they really do need to get called out on it. And we're definitely going in that direction. But like, I think it's going to be another 10 years before it's like, 20 years before it's like mainstream. Like, I don't see it like I don't think the current crop of women are going to learn like anything. I think it's going to be a slow, gradual like transition away from it. That's going to take like several decades of like course correction. And I think younger people are already aware of like how toxic things are. Cause like, I look at like, what happened to me, and I look at like what happened to other people in my age group, like everyone became like train wrecks because of like what they believed when they were younger, and like I think people are moving away from that toxic mentality. Um, yeah, I saw today that they released a claim saying that like the fertility rate was up among white people. And I'm just like, I wonder if that's like a way to try and mitigate like the whole coping about like immigration or something. I wonder if it was like a damage control. It's either real or they're trying to get people to freak out over it not being true. I don't know. It's one of those two things, but like I don't know. I think they've already failed, honestly. Like, if Bill Gates is releasing bioengineered ticks to try and get people to like not consume meat, like I feel like that's just not gonna fucking work, honestly. Like, I just don't see that happening. I'd like to get the Giants wallet before I beat it. Oh yeah, there's actually quite a few areas in the child dungeons that you can't reach without like later equipment. Oh, it's Elizabeth. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be like a big problem for them, I think, is that like so many conservatives kind of define themselves by like starting families. And like, I feel like there's no, like, honestly, I feel like once you like stop them caring about modern entertainment uh, and get them out of the education system, they're pretty much fine, honestly. Like, there's just not really anything that they can do to gaslight you. Like, the only reason people were ever able to gaslight us into thinking gayness was normal was just having it shoved in our faces like near constantly for like a decade or so, and it just like you just kind of accept it. And then eventually, if you think about it more, you start realizing, yeah. So this is why I don't bother with like the bomb chew thing, because like, wait, what? Oh no. Wait, do you get scammed if like okay, I think you get it. I think if you have a Deku shield, that's a bomb chew. So it's because I lost it. Oh, hang on, maybe it's in here. Okay, there it is. Okay. Yes, this is why I don't bother with like all the methods of getting bomb chews. Is that like you use them in like exactly 2 rooms. And they're not exactly hard to aim. I suck at bomb chew bowling, but I think that's more due to the camera angle than anything else. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, we almost have everything in the game now. Just the ice and light arrows. Why doesn't Zelda just give you the light arrows immediately? Yeah, it's like it's very interesting seeing people like women especially think they're going to get like fulfillment out of their careers or or out of like their education or something. Like, they're very specifically trained not to like value families or like their husbands at all. And like the instant that dies and people realize what like a hoax that is, it's never coming back. Like I really think this might be the last time we see feminism ever. Um, the Scarecrow, it is, yeah, yeah. If you're gonna like do the super hardcore shit, yeah, the Scarecrow is way more valuable than bomb shoes. Like I don't know what you can use bomb shoes for really, outside of like maybe the Gerudo training ground. Yeah, the Scarecrow has like locations everywhere. like throughout the map. Like, there's so much you can do with him. But like, yeah, the bomb shoes, like they're just this weird thing. It feels like they just came up with the idea for them and just decided to like make them this random item you just get. Honestly, can you get bomb shoes before you have a bomb bag? By the way, where do you get the bigger bomb bags? I'm still using. I never go out of my way to get the bigger bomb bags. I think one of them, yeah, I remember. Yeah, it's that big Goron gives you one. Where do you get the other one though? Does anyone remember? Why are there like 3 things in this room? So there's the torches, there's the light, and then there's this weird. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Deku nuts. Yeah, Deku nuts. Yeah. I remember as a kid like getting stuck in that room and like freaking out because I couldn't figure that out. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of times where you get into these bad habits as a kid and like don't break them as an adult. And yeah, my Zelda playstyle I think is kind of defined by that. Because I would never get in that situation today, but. It's been a while since it's been a long time since I played A Link to the Past. How long has it been? Like, I really want to go into it like completely fresh. So like, I do think I probably should wait another couple years. Honestly, like, I think Twilight Princess should come first, and then like the Oracle games. Like, I just love A Link to the Past, and just like not playing it kind of frustrates me. And that thing dies so quickly. Every item. Yeah, OOT is really good about that. Like, yeah, future installments do this really obnoxious thing where, like, they, it's structured in a way where, the items don't have a lot of, utility. So like A Link to the Past and Ocarina, like they actually tried to make items like useful in like all sorts of situations. Some of which aren't like all that apparent, and I do wish that we got to see more of that. Throughout the game, but okay. Throughout the series. Yeah, I'm not even sure Majora's Mask does that. It took forever to develop, really. Yeah, it's such a shame because I think A Link to the Past in a lot of ways has some of the best dungeons in the franchise. I don't know. Maybe they'll come back someday, but I mean that's actually what I would want when like they make a new like 3D Zelda. Like make more Water Temple dungeons. Like go back to like the Labyrinth style. So yeah, apparently lore-wise, Iron Knuckles are apparently just brainwashed Gerudo. So Noboru isn't actually an isolated incident. So apparently these are Ganon's like elite warriors. It's just brainwashed soldiers. So it's interesting that like the Gerudo are getting fucked over too by Ganondorf, but it's not super obvious. Like they don't do a good job building it up, I think. And I think there's a good chance that it's not. I don't know. Maybe it's not canon, or I just killed a grown woman. What's up? Surprised to see me? A long time in this world is almost nothing to you, is it? How mysterious. Is this implying that there have been other heroes of time? You have fully matured as an adult. From now on, the future of all the people in Hyrule is on your shoulders. Maybe it's not my time anymore. Wait, what? Your time for what? Two witches inhabit this temple. In order to destroy them, turn their own magic power against them. Yeah, I'm going to wait 7 years to use that advice. Do you want to hear what I said again? I will continue to watch you. Man, remember when that was a meme? Like, man. Really? They're co-developing it with FromSlab, I think. You found the silver gauntlets. If you wore them, you would feel power in your arms. I hate how you... Yeah, one of the reasons I don't like doing this temple last is because you get the silver gauntlets and then immediately get the gold gauntlets in the tower, so I hate that. Plus, you promised to give them to Noboru. You should keep your word. Yeah, I wish they did this more often, where you got items that you couldn't use as a kid or adult in like the opposite side. We'll see. It's an interesting idea, but they don't really do a whole lot with it. In general, the whole idea of like the dungeon that you go through as a kid and then as an adult, it's really interesting, but like they just don't do enough. Ganondorf's minions. Okay, so these are his minions. His lesbian mops. Get out of here now. I don't support the LGBT community. Wait, they're using black magic on me. Whoa. So it's racist. Wow, holy shit. Black magic as opposed to any other racial magic. Normies complain about Navi. I mean, plenty of people complain about the owl. The issue is that Navi is with you all the time. Oops. So Noboru is fucking dead, and we'll never find out what she was gonna do for us. I don't get why they don't come after you. Was there anything else I needed to do as a kid? Yeah, I saw that interview today. Yeah, he said he didn't like Navi because like she was too overbearing. I was kind of surprised. I don't know, like I didn't have a problem with her, but like I think it's because I grew up in that era. Like I was learning how to play video games and read, so I kind of appreciated her input. I actually like her more than I think most video game characters. Oh yeah, I can think of one. Okay. I was like, wasn't there something to do? Yeah, there was something to do. So this is like unbelievably autistic. Like this takes like forever to figure out. So yeah, there's a woman here who has a dog. Oh, the dog follows you inside? Why? How do you reset it? Why does it follow you inside? Wait, what? I am so tired. The night watch is so boring. I wish some ghost would come out or something. I'm really interested in ghosts. Studying them is a hobby of mine, but you never know. The time might come when that kind of knowledge might be useful. Is he really implying that he's the Poe guy from the future? I'm very surprised. Very surprised. Yeah, I barely fuck around with the Poe guy, so I don't know what his lore is. So this guy, like, are there still people living in Castletown even after the fucking apocalypse? I mean, we know of at least one, but like, I don't know if it's an actual guard. That's one guy. Miyamoto is right about Wind Waker. Yeah, I don't. I'm very reluctant to call Wind Waker a mistake, but like I do think um I do think considering the situation they were in with like game journals like ragging on them about like allegedly not producing games for adults and like the branding, like they really needed to like do a lot to produce more games for adults, especially with Rareware like getting acquired. I don't know. I can understand like the mindset behind it, and I respect it, but like, yeah, there's no denying that at the time, like most people were obsessed with the idea. Richard, yeah, that most people were yeah, the mindset at the time was that gaming was like should have been like more realistic and more adult. And and when I'm sold out, that's it. So this is the weird thing about the Bombchu shop is that like for some reason when you buy a Bombchu, it stays out of stock and like he never replenishes. It's such a weird mechanic. I don't understand it. Like I don't understand it at all. All right, on the Wii's launch, yeah. Twilight Princess was huge. Yeah, so I think the Wii would have been like more successfully damage controlled if Twilight Princess wasn't there. Because like at the time, like everybody was already spurging out about Waggle and like the motion controls and hated them. But like Twilight Princess existed, so they couldn't really damage control it too much. So they weren't able to damage control like a Wii era like Zelda game until Skyward Sword, and then that carried over into the Wii U. So usually this kind of thing doesn't really like it doesn't affect like the current gen console. It affects like the console after it actually. Yeah, I agree. This is like the best Zelda's ever looked. I agree. But I don't know. They needed to like make a change because they couldn't make the games look exactly the same forever. Otherwise, it would have been stagnant. But oh, it's down first. Okay, I got my. I was always blown away that this song is like 8 notes long. It just blew my mind as a kid. It's so hot in here. We can't stay here for long. We get a minute, really. What calculates the timer? Like I don't understand why it's so like radically different. The Breath of the Wild 2. Yeah, they keep screaming about how tired they are of it and how we need to move on, and I'm just like, the exact same people are gonna be bitching about how much they love Tears of the Kingdom more. I am gonna be doing like backflips when that happens because you just know the instant they reveal the new one, you're gonna be seeing a lot of people coming out and being like, "Oh, I grew up on Tears of the Kingdom, and that's what Zelda looks like." It's just like you're gonna see a lot of that, and it's gonna be crazy. I am just like it's going to be wild. Okay, so I actually wondered, do you actually need the magic bean for this? Because I looked at this and I was just like, I think I could probably make this jump. I think I could do it. Oh wait, is it this mountain or the other? Uh, I don't think it's impossible, but I think it's more glitchy than anything. Like I think no matter what happened, like game journalists would have like complained. Like, again, this is the problem when it comes to evaluating these kind of things, because like you're taking them at face value. Like, you think if Nintendo didn't do certain things, that like people would have been happy, but that's not how this works. People would have complained about no matter what. So like if they made a Zelda game that looked like the Space World 2000s demo, like they would have just said it was like the series was stagnant and it wasn't evolving. So instead, like by making it about the art style instead, they kind of killed like I think decades worth of narratives around Nintendo. Um, I mean, even today, people look back on like Wind Waker as like an example. Okay, so you can't use magic beans as an adult. I wondered if you couldn't. Okay, so they just don't let you do it. Metroid Prime 4 will get its flowers in the future. Um, yeah, I mean, there's okay, so there's no denying that like Prime 4 is better than Other M and that it has its fans and stuff like that. Like my opinion on Prime 4 is that like I don't think it's as good as Prime 1 and 3. So like I do think it does have problems with like the mine and like how it could have done more with the characters and stuff like that. Like I love the game, but it like I think that's just the reality of it. I actually brought up Prime 4 today when I was talking about Bayo 3. I think Bayo 3 went through a lot of the same problems Prime 4 did when it came to like the development cycle and when it came to like the initial fan reception. But I think Bayo 3 is actually quite a bit better because I think it actually evolved the gameplay in a meaningful way. Like at its best, I think Prime 4 is just kind of more Metroid Prime. I do feel like it does struggle with like feeling like they've evolved the series since it first came out, honestly. Yeah, I really don't want to like um plant any magic beans because I don't want to like I don't want to lose the Skeleta, the gold Skeletalas, but like I also can't think of any heart pieces I haven't gotten yet. Hang on, I think I came up with one. There's like a bunch in Gerudo Valley, like a lot more than you would expect. Yeah, like Bayonetta 3 was like the weirdest release because like it came out, it was like an amazing game, but like the community was just up in arms about it long before it came out. And like, it had a rough development cycle, but the end product was fantastic. It's way better than Bayonetta 2. But like a lot of people were just upset at it for like superficial reasons. I don't think they're gonna move away from like the angle of like having like the Federation more involved. I think that makes a lot of sense actually. I actually think that's kind of what makes Prime different than 2D Metroid is that like Samus is not by herself. I feel like that's what they should be doing with Prime is like focusing more on world building and creating a more cohesive like universe. Like again, this is the thing about like Metroid Prime versus Metroid. Like, why are people in this mindset that Prime should be exactly like 2D? Like I don't understand this because like they keep freaking out about this where like Samus shouldn't talk like nobody should talk in Metroid. It's just like what are you talking about? Like a lot of people were like who were complaining about Prime 4 didn't know the first thing about the series. Like a lot of people thought that like the Galactic Federation had never had a role in a Metroid game ever before this. And that's just not true. Yeah, Prime 4 was like a good um it was a good attempt at trying to make the Federation more interesting. You definitely could see the template there. But like yeah, they just needed to do more with the characters, I think. They were all really or two in one case. It's like, I don't know. You really need to be like mixing and matching teams. You need to be like having skill sets. You should be like taking people out with you. It's like, I don't know. Like it wanted you to feel invested in what was going on, and yet like they just didn't do enough at that. Like again, I'm not against the idea, but like they needed to like flesh it out more, and they just didn't quite get there. Honestly, like I think Retro might do a better job of their own on that without Tanabe. We'll see, but like I think the actual gameplay might get worse, but we might see like better use of the Federation. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the power ups in Prime 4 were super disappointing. How the hell did she come from there? Like, how did she just spawn out of nowhere? With different. Yeah, they needed a more interesting planet. They needed like they needed a plot that you could follow along better. Because the plot in Prime 4 is actually very good, but it's all hidden by scan logs and just like cutscenes that a lot of people would not find. I don't think I myself have seen all of them. But it's like, yeah, it's genuinely good, but like it's just bogged down by like, just kind of a user unfriendly just presentation. But yeah, the idea that people had that like the game was going to kill the IP or something, it's just not going to happen. Yeah, I'm curious if we're like actually going to get a new Metroid game because how the hell do you get over there? Yeah, I wonder if Mercury Steam's even going to produce a new one because they laid a bunch of people off, which is very disappointing. What the hell is this? Oh. Okay, it's a silver gauntlet. Okay. As next year. Yeah, I mean, it could happen. I mean, Dread came out like 5 years ago, so was it 5 years or four? Was it 2021 or 2022? I think it was 2022. Yeah, so it's been 4 years. That's plenty of time for a new one. We'll see, but like I'm not optimistic after hearing about the Mercury Steam layoffs, and I wouldn't want anybody else to do it. Like, who else are they gonna get? Like what the hell is this? Like, there's the weird grottos that are in this game. Like, growing up, I felt like they all looked the same, but there actually are quite a bit of weird ones out there. Isn't there a cow here? Maybe I got that one already. Drive 2021, really? It's been that long? Well, October of 2021, yeah. Yeah, that might have happened when I was still sick. Like 2021 and 2020, like were like kind of a blur. When did I start recovering? Was it 2022? Because I was just out of it for a long time. Metroid in house. It's just not a priority for them. I mean, like, look at what happened with Donkey Kong, right? They were like outsourcing that shit for like years. Like, I don't know if they did a single. No. They did Jungle Beat. Yeah, so I think they did Jungle Beat in house. I don't know if they did Conga. So they did Jungle Beat in house after the Rareware thing, and then handed it off to Retro. And it wasn't until like Bonanza where we got like an actual like in-house Nintendo game. And honestly, it wasn't as good as like the Rare or the Retro ones. Let's be real. So like, yeah, I don't know if like, I think Bonanza proves that like in-house Nintendo made products aren't necessarily always better. Like they couldn't do Pokemon or Fire Emblem or anything like that, and I wouldn't want them to. I mean, they're not made to like have like, be for older audiences or like have strong narratives or things like that. Uh I don't. They couldn't have done Emio, right? So like again, there's plenty of things that like, usually when they bring other people in, it's for a good reason. I think. Um, Zero Mission, yeah, yes, yeah. Was Zero Mission the last time they did one in house? That was in house, wasn't it? Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I imagine that after Sakamoto retires, we might not see any more. We'll see. We will see. I mean, they said they're gonna make more Metroid games after Dread, but like, Dread was very specifically like the last one he wanted to make. Yeah, where the hell is it? Like, it's in a box. I don't know. Some of these younger Nintendo teams, they might be more willing to make like in-house Metroids or like whatever, but I don't know. I definitely do think we need to stop like because I've seen like Nintendo do this. Like he does this thing where he starts like talk complaining about like Pokemon like not being like a second party Nintendo franchise. Like it's not really a Nintendo franchise, even though it is. It's like, bro, it's a Nintendo franchise. Like let's make that clear. Yeah, I need to play Zero Mission again. It's been a while. I started playing it, but like I'm gonna. It's so weird when you like start a playthrough of Zero Mission and never finish it. Like it feels like wrong somehow. I've done that like several times over the years, but like it's like a 3 hour long game and I can't fucking beat it. I'm sorry, Fusion is 3 hours. Like Zero Mission is shorter than that, isn't it? Zero Mission's like 2, and I can't fucking beat it. Man, I remember when I would beat that game like several times on like long car trips. Lots of fond memories of Zero Mission. I was surprised it didn't sell all that well because I remember like it being marketed and stuff like that. I remember playing it in the demo station, and it starts off with like the Zero Suit Samus section, and I was just blown away by it. I was surprised that like they didn't. Uh, it didn't sell. But yeah, I'm definitely ready for like Metroid to be like a consistently like supported Nintendo franchise again. And like it has been for the past decade, but like we've just seen right, let's see. A bomb shoe. $200 for a fucking bomb shoe. Bomb shoe. No discounts. Today's special. So he does tell you how to get to the spirit temple. But like he scams you when it comes to the bomb shoe. He doesn't even give you that many. Like, why would you go to this asshole instead of like I don't get it. Like, you can't even come here as a kid. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, Berseria is great. I love Berseria. Yeah, I love Berseria. Berseria is like my second favorite Tales now. Man, Velvet's my girl. I'm actually gonna get a Velvet figurine here soon. So yeah, I am like, I love Berseria, but like, yeah, I'm just so burned out on it. Like, I really need to take some time to detox and like play some like actual action games, and that's what I've been doing. But like, action, like other games are like over too quickly. You know, I started playing this randomly like the past couple of days, and here I am. I've almost beaten it already. Where is the shortcut? Yeah, there's a shortcut back to the beginning of this dungeon, and like, I tend to completely forget where it is because it's kind of hidden. Symphonia again. Yeah, Symphonia's a lot of people glaze Symphonia. I didn't think it was that good. I thought it was one of the weaker ones actually. I don't know. I think people are like nostalgic for it because it's like, you know, for a lot of people it's like their first RPG, especially on Nintendo consoles. I don't know. So many great RPGs stuck on PS3 and Vita. I should eat something. I love the compass. All right. Yeah, I remember that Nintendo Power actually recommended doing the Shadow Temple first, just so you have the hover boots. I think specifically for this section because I never did figure out like what exactly the hover boots were supposed to be used for. Oh yeah, by the way, if you play the Shadow Temple first, you're an idiot. I don't respect you. I don't know. Like, yeah, I haven't seen that be a debate in years, but like it's a huge dispute among fans about like what order you're supposed to play the dungeon. And obviously you're supposed to do the Spirit Temple first, but for some reason people have this mentality that like you're supposed to do the Spirit Temple last. And it's just like, what are you talking about? This game gives you like a weird amount of freedom and like in what order you can beat dungeons. Because as a kid, I would do all this crazy shit. Like you can technically go to the Forest Temple, get the bow, leave, Um, go to the water temple, get the long shot, and then you can like go wherever you want. I think there have been situations where like I beat the spirit temple first. And there's nothing really stopping you from doing that. I don't know if anybody actually plays the game that way. I haven't done that since I was a kid, but it might have been a thing at one point. But yeah, there's nothing really stopping you as long as you have the items. Because the game check because there's no like interactions between like characters in between dungeons, so I don't know. I kind of wish games like were made like this again. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream and just go out for a bit for a couple of hours. Yeah, I'm gonna get something to eat. I think I'm gonna work in public. Probably go visit family and then come back and stream some more. You know, I really want that. I really want that shortcut. I don't remember where it is. I genuinely don't. I don't typically need to use it, but it's like this is one of those situations.
This is a reminder. The interview.
Alexa, stop. Yeah. Alexa, stop. Yeah. So like, what I'm Yeah, you don't really need like I'm surprised that they felt the need to like shove in shortcuts in this game, because like a lot of times you don't really need them. Because usually the dungeon just loops back to the entrance. Like Water Temple does that. Fire Temple doesn't really do that. Yeah, I love that. You try to push it just like you did as a kid, and it's actually alive. Yeah, where is the? Will I get Elliot? I canceled my pre-order. Yeah, it does not look good. Like I hate to say it, but like I'm like playing the game, and it and like the characters start talking about this adventurer Elliot, and I'm just like I can't take this seriously. Like you're telling me you're gonna call a game The Adventures of Elliot, and like you're gonna try and tell me that like it's gonna be this serious like action RPG. Like, no, like come up with something better than that. Like you had like I just don't understand why they can't come up with names for something that sounds cool. Like the Millennium Tales, really like it's like the most generic fucking name I've ever heard in my life. Like I'm just so confused about why they thought it was a good idea. Like I can't even get past it. Like I tried to play the demo and like he's just going around like talking to little orphan children, and I'm just like I'm just so fucking bored. Oh, is this it? Okay, so this is it. Okay. So yeah, this is how you're supposed to get into worship Dina. Is just, I'm sorry, the evil goddess. Is through this shortcut. How popular Ingrid is? I know, yeah, because I've been aware of her for like over a decade, and she didn't really strike me as a particularly popular character. But like, yeah, they really killed it with this one. Yeah, I mean, like we saw this with Alex too. Like they've really done a good job with like, yeah, we're gonna play something else real quick. They have really done a good job like selling people on like previously like really controversial characters. You know, Alex was never popular, and they just kind of like they really retold him and made him popular. People aren't even like that upset about the cousin fucking thing. It's more like a fandom joke. Yeah, it's new Pokemon Stadium. Yeah, I gotta get going. I'm hungry. Yeah, I hate how I've never been able to beat round two. Never been able to do it. It's so hard. I mean, I didn't beat round one until relatively recently, so that's why. But it's like two sets. Who do I have? And Sphere Hunter. Yeah, Sphere Hunter. I don't think is gonna last much longer. Like I keep seeing him spurg out at his audience, like specifically for being a shill, right? And I just like if you're that much of a shill, like I don't know. Like I don't see him surviving like the next 5 years. Like he's gonna age really badly, honestly. Like there's no like plastic surgerying your way out of aging, and like he's gonna get hit by that really hard. Even now he looks kind of rough. I don't know how old he is, but like he can't go back to porn.
What will the trainer do now? There, it's a hit. What a furious battle.
Yeah, I can't play this anymore because I played so much Champions and it's just so much better.
What now?
I'd like to at least get through this, but like, exposed. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, we've been saying it's gonna happen for years, but like nobody takes us seriously. Like I don't know. I would not be surprised if like Susie Hunter is like responsible for like the end of like the Troon pandering in this community. Like very specifically this guy.
What's this?
Yeah, the models look great. Yeah, can you believe this is Gen 1?
Change the flow of battle? What'll it do?
Yeah, I think until like recently they look quite a bit better than modern Pokemon models.
You can do that. Oops, that's a miss. The intense battle continues. Combatants face each other. What now? Oh!
Yes, Chancellor.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah.
What's next? Miss the target.
Yeah, the GameCube ones still reused a lot of these models.
In this battle.
Yeah, I think because of the way the game is made, they were able to put more effort into the models. Because there's not a whole lot in this game outside of battles, right? So they were able to like make a ton of effort into like making them look appealing.
Oh, the attack missed. The crowd's excitement is building over this hot battle. What
yeah, we had this conversation like a while back, but like, who exactly is Shota made for? Like, is it about like women
What's
wanting to
that?
rape little boys, or is it about little boys
That's
wanting
a
to have
miss.
sex with women? I don't
The
know
heated
who
battle
the audience
rages
for it
on.
is.
A psychic blast. And the weak spot. It's finally taken
Yeah, it's
down.
weird. Like, now that I'm not on 4chan anymore, like I'm just not
What will the
exposed to
next
any of this degeneracy.
Pokemon
Like, I
be?
used to know a lot about like, some of the degenerate shit, like Futanari,
it's
just by
over.
exposure to it. I was never into it. But like, I think in all my
How
years of
will the
browsing on
difference
4chan, I
affect
never actually
that?
saw anybody like unironically try to like shill Shota. So that makes me think it
What's
must have been
this?
like a female thing.
A decent hit.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of people like shill like
Terrifying roar. The move failed to click. What a furious battle. What'll it do?
Yeah, I've seen people shill Lolly and like stuff like that,
Is that
but like never actual
getting pumped up?
never Shotokan.
Neither one is conceding an inch. What now? There,
Yeah,
it's a
somebody's
hit.
gonna learn firsthand why it's a bad idea to have someone like that representing their brand. I would not be surprised if Capcom's
Missed the
they
target.
suffer really severe
The
consequences
intense
from this.
battle continues.
Because like Susie Hunter is 100% fucked, but like I don't know about
What's
them,
this?
how they're gonna handle it. Like what's gonna happen to them.
Good hit. Oh, is it down and out? There's a difference in the number of preserved Pokemon. Oh, it's totally
I've been streaming a lot longer than I intended to.
You
The
got
remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. Combatants face each other.
IO Interactive's new James Bond
What'll it
game,
do?
007 First Light, reportedly cost over $200 million and took 7 years to make. Yeah, too long, too little sales.
What now?
Yeah, so like, yeah, so I think the problem with 007 First Light, it's going to be the budget.
This battle.
It was just too expensive. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2
What's
costs around
that?
170. Yeah, the budget for these games is getting way too high.
Oh, it's down. And there goes the battle.
Yeah, I think we're going to be playing some retro games for the next month. I mean, with Star Fox coming out, like, what else are we going to do? Like, I really want to, like, go through, like, Zelda 2 and, like, stuff like that. Star Fox Command, we need to get through. Oh, yeah, I need to get back to, like, the drafting of the retrospective. I was writing a script for it, and I just have not done it in weeks. I don't know, man. I'm just so behind. I'm just so overwhelmed with, like, everything I'm trying to do with the channel and with like work and stuff like that. It's just like it's been a nightmare. It's been great. I've been really enjoying it, but like I've been focusing primarily on the channel and not on the actual writing and like doing things and like I don't know. I'm definitely getting into more channel stuff now. I'm really enjoying streaming and like making stuff and having people watch the stuff and like all that. But like, yeah, I still have a long way before I'm like successful on YouTube. And I'm definitely gonna keep trying to put my best foot forward and definitely keep putting out new interesting content. So yeah, in